welcome to another episode of AniMiss. This is Grayson, and this is my co-host.
Well,
how's everybody doing? I feel like we were gone, but it's not going to be like we were gone to anyone.
No.
Because we stayed on top of it. We did.
We did. We also had the forethought to record while you were away, in Japan.
Yeah, look at us being prepared and stuff.
It's the last time it'll happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'd also like to preface this episode by apologizing for any coughs or nasally kind of voices you might hear. And by voices, I mean voice, specifically mine.
I was gonna say, you have to take responsibility for this. It's not my fault.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sick. So, yeah, you're not gonna have my beautiful, lovely voice. That you do so often. But yeah, so apologies. We're gonna try to edit out the coughs at least for as much as we can.
As much as possible.
Yeah. Alrighty. We watched episode 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I almost forgot how to count there.
I mean, last week we were thinking about being educational, but then we realized we have no education.
Clearly, as you listen to this podcast, you can see how well versed we are. Episode 11, Usagi versus Rei, Nightmare in Dreamland. And my nightmares actually came true, didn't they?
So my first note is like, okay, I love theme park episodes.
I love theme park episodes too, because I think I love theme parks so much. And so anything that has to kind of do with them, it's weird because I feel like there's always like horror story theme park episodes or like movies, and like I've never been scared of a theme park in that way at all.
No.
No.
Or usually the other thing is that theme park episodes are like date episodes, which unfortunately this wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, like it had those like weird things that happened in it. I don't know. My first note is poor Luna, and I can't remember why.
Because my notes are like, Rei and Usagi are fighting over manga. So she's probably sick of their shit.
Yeah. And then Ami is so good, but I feel like I yell, like, in my notes, I feel like I have this in capitals every time Ami speaks.
Ami's so cute.
I know, I really like her. And, like, when I don't know, before I knew anything about Sailor Moon, like, so many people always talk about how, like, Mercury is their favorite. And I thought, like, Mercury was everyone's favorite just because she was, like, the quiet, shy girl. But, like, I get it.
Nah, she's cute. Yeah,
she's so good. And, like, Jadeite is finally starting to look nervous in this episode.
Yes, finally, God.
And, like, Queen Beryl at this point was like, no more chances. And I was like, okay, like, as if he's not gonna get any more chances. Like, he's literally been given so many chances that, like, an evil queen would never give you that many chances.
No.
But
also, why is this theme park still open when 50 people have disappeared?
Yeah, like, I love that, like, when they have the press conference, they're just like, well, no, it's not us. No coincidence, 50 people missing. They didn't miss here.
Nah.
Like,
it wasn't us.
And everyone just is like, okay. Just accepts it.
I like that it was, like, also a random officer, which was, I mean, clearly Jadeite. Why wouldn't they be interviewing, like, the owner of the park, or, like, the president of the company that owns the park?
Yeah. Like, don't you have anything to say about this?
No, that's cool.
No.
We'll let this random sketch dude that we just hired, he'll do it. It's fine.
Yeah. And, like, this person was also, like, shadowed out. Like, you couldn't even see this person. Yeah. I love it. I do have a note that I want to cosplay Princess Dream, though.
Okay, my note was, Princess Dream looks creepy as shit.
I love it. She's, like, super creepy, but, like, I love everything that's going on.
Oh my gosh. But I would totally be Usagi. Like, everybody else is, we need to figure out why these people are missing. We need to do the mission. Usagi's like, I want to ride this. And, ooh, that looks interesting. Like,
I know, same, right? Same. I love that Luna at that point was just like, I'll go with Ami. Like, when she splits up the teams, it's just like, I don't want to go with either of those two.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with their shit. It's not happening today.
Ditch these losers. And And then when Rei and Usagi go on the train, and, like, Mamo is on the train.
Yes. Like, why? Like, he could have been anywhere else in the park. Like,
oh, yeah.
if he was watching Usagi and Rei, he could have just, like, followed the path of the train. No idiot had to be on the damn train.
I literally love that he gets called out, too, and he's, like, super embarrassed. I'm just like,
yes!
How old is he? Like, I love that so much.
And Rei freaking recognized him as Tuxedo Mask.
Listen, Rei is pointing out his similarities all of the time. I'm glad someone knows. Like, yeah.
Speaking of recognizing people, freaking Luna doesn't know what the Moon Princess looks like. Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I guess it would be too obvious, because, like, the name is already super obvious, which is annoying to me. Like, the rabbit on the moon is eating, or pounding rice cake, sorry, and I'm just like, really? Like, Usagi is her name.
Because if you didn't know, Usagi is Japanese for rabbit.
And then I also made another note of Monster Murdo cosplay. Just like this entire villain, I just want to, like, make.
Oh my god. You need to stop.
I know. Everything is just so cool. Like, I love everything.
Yeah.
And then, so here we have it. Once again, Tuxedo Mask comes in to this jazzy music, and he says, stick to dreaming only when you're asleep. What kind of advice is that? Like, thank you, Tuxedo Mask. And his mouth didn't move at all.
No, it didn't. It's like, way to save those dollars on that animation, guys.
I loved it. I loved it so much. I feel like nothing was said in the original, and they just, like, added something.
It's like, well,
we
gotta make it a little clearer.
Yeah. We have this voice actor.
We might as well use him.
We might as well use him. Which is, like, a blessing, but also, you know.
Also, why did it take Ami explaining that the apple was the thing controlling everything for the other two to get it?
Especially Rei. Like, Usagi I get, but, like, Rei is fully capable of, like, being a rational person. I don't know.
And you were right about the panty shot. It was Rei. And it came out of nowhere.
It was, like, an aggressive panty shot.
It was. It's just, like, crotch thrust towards camera. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, there it is.
It's like, she is 14? 15? Like, no, that's not okay.
It was aggressive. Alright, episode 12. I want a boyfriend. The luxury cruise ship is a trap.
Why?
So what was exciting about this for me was other villains coming in.
Yes.
So Thetis comes in, and it was like
while Jadeite's moping around like a loser.
Yeah, and it was cool because, like, this character had their own motivations. Because, like, they were, like, kind of into Jadeite, and I really like their look.
Yeah. It's too bad by the end of the episode, though.
I think... my next note is, but, like, that skirt is not covering anything. Because it was the shortest skirt in the world.
Why bother? But, you know, fashion?
Fashion. That evil fashion.
Also, how did these girls, Usagi in particular, think they were going to get to this ship by themselves? Because it's like an overnight thing, right? Yeah,
and, like, it's like... I don't know. Like, it was weird
because Usagi was going to go to her parents like, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go on this couple's cruise. Is that okay?
And, like, for me, too, it was, like, awkward in that, like, it was something that they, like, desperately wanted. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why? Like, why? Like, I know that Rei's motivations were that she was hoping that she would find a boyfriend there. But, like, they liked the idea of a romantic cruise.
Like, do you girls understand the point of a romantic cruise?
No, they clearly didn't. Yeah. I was like, oh man, they're going to a romantic cruise together.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then Rei asks Best Girl Ami to go, obviously, like, same.
Yeah, my note was, Rei, you ask Ami now.
I love that. And I love Usagi's, like, way of getting on the ship was she was a photographer. Like,
yeah.
I didn't get that at all. And then she snuck onto the ship, which for me made no sense because if she needed to disguise, why the hell did she sneak onto the ship?
if you're gonna disguise yourself, you should, like, go on the main boarding platform and then announce, oh, I'm a photographer for this publication. I'm just gonna cover the cruise. It's gonna be fine. No.
Yeah. And then I think there's a line that says, well, I guess we're not gonna find boyfriends on this ship. And I said, girlfriends, on the other hand.
Girlfriends, though.
They there. Yeah, again, I feel like this episode was super formulaic. I have a weird, like, Jadeite was so intimidated by women this whole episode. Clearly not into girls.
Oh my god. And I didn't expect Rei to be this boy thirsty.
I know, I really didn't. I think I kind of remember, like, what I vaguely remember about Sailor Moon was that, like, I knew there was a thing, but, like, I didn't think it was this bad.
Yeah, and she handles it a lot like Usagi would, like, eating away her, like, literally eating her
yeah.
disappointment away.
Yeah.
Which poor Ami's like, just, can I go? Please.
Ami, so good. So good. And then episode 13, The Girls Unite, the end of Jadeite. And, like, here we are. We're getting a full-fledged, like, Jadeite episode, finally. It's like a big battle. And I thought about it, and I was like, the title, I was like, oh no, wait. The end of Jadeite. I've kind of grown to, like, expect and like him. And then
I like his stupid plans.
And then Beryl says, what is it called? The eternal sleep or whatever. I was like, death. Yeah. Like death. You mean death.
See, when she said sentence of eternal sleep, I was like, that sounds real nice.
Yeah, like it's just like a long nap. Like, you know. And then she's like talking about the constellations, and I swore the first constellation she said Ignis.
Oh my,
I would. I know, I would. But
I like that one of the constellations was Matoki. Like, you haven't seen this boy in episodes.
Listen, I would like a constellation of Matoki.
I mean, yes, but she's been so tuxedo mask crazy and just random dude crazy.
Yeah. I also like that she's been so, like, crazy about them, and then Luna goes, don't worry, they don't even notice you. I was like, everyone is so cruel to her. Why?
So mean. Like, why hasn't she quit yet? Because I would have.
I know. And then out of nowhere, Jadeite comes into the sky. I was like, Jadeite is out of control. Like, he has lost control of the situation at this point. And, like, I thought it was, like, a secret message to her, but, like, no, that was broadcasted to everyone.
Why? What good would it do for him to broadcast that to everybody?
I don't know. I have no idea. Because he's out of control. He's lost, like, he had a little bit. Wow, poor guy.
And why the airport?
Yeah, the airport was a weird choice.
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m. specifically.
Yeah. Listen, I got other things to do first, but 2 a.m.
But 2 a.m. Let me prepare. I gotta get my stuff together. Which he clearly does not do.
No.
I do have a note about Matoki being a gift, and I don't remember why.
Yeah, just because he was back?
I don't know, it says Matoki a gift. Mamo, not so much. So I feel like there's like a exchange somewhere that happens. I don't know
either. What did... Mamo was mean, but I don't remember
what he was mean. Mamo's always mean. Because then I said that he's a really awkward bean, and he doesn't know what to do because he's like, oh no, this girl is crying.
It's like, I'm just gonna go. It's fine. I'll just leave.
Yeah. Which I feel like seems to be his trait. Like, I know that, like, we keep joking about how awful a person he is, but he's, like, really, he's growing on me when he's not Tuxedo Mask. Like, I like Mamo when Mamo's not around Usagi.
Right.
Because it just seems to be, like, a horrible person around Usagi.
Yeah, because he definitely doesn't know how to deal with her at all.
No, there's a weird...
every interaction with her is different. Like, sometimes she's crying and sometimes she's just, like, yelling at him.
Yeah, like, I feel like maybe Usagi would be a lot for me to handle, too, if that was always our interactions. Like, they're never pleasant.
We've already discussed that I would never be friends with her.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, she's emotional, you know.
True.
And then we get the return of Ami's beautiful goggles, and we We finally see what they do.
They analyze things.
They do analyze things, and I like that. And then Rei has this really great, stupid line where she, like, tells the people she just burnt to feel the burn. I like when the show has really bad puns. That's one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yes, me too. I mean, most of them come from Tuxedo Mask, but when one of the girls says it, it's like, ooh, good.
It's true, it's true. And then he shows up again. Here he is. But this is like a full-fledged fight, which is like, I was like, oh man, this is so cool. Things are getting... Oh wait, never mind. He can't swim.
Why didn't they transform prior to getting there?
Yeah.
They knew they were going to go see Jadeite.
They were like, oh no, it's a trap. But like, you guys knew, like, that's what you were going to do. So why didn't they transform?
I don't understand these girls.
I love, like, Jadeite's, like, big spiel about, like, women being useless, too. Because the girls were like, girls are capable! Down with discrimination! And I was like, yes, this is the content I came for. Was this Sailor Moon?
Yes, now if we could just have this all the time.
Yeah.
But then they just run away from a plane, which, how?
I know, my favorite thing about that is that, like, they're so small in comparison to the train that, like, there's no way that they couldn't evade it, like...
Yeah, like, just move to the left or right.
Wasn't a train, a plane. Did I say train?
A plane. You did say train, I was just gonna let go.
Well, don't call me out on this stuff.
Hey, it was a plane, not a train.
Mm.
Also, Luna's one point about the whole situation, do not let the planes crash into each other, they're expensive.
I know, I was like, honestly, this reasoning is so bad. Like, the reasoning why they couldn't let the planes crash into each other. Like, I was just like, really, guys? Like, they're not gonna have to pay for it. Like, it's not like they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, I did this. You know, I mean, like, I guess it's kind of nice, because, like, in every other superhero story, there's, like, collateral damage, and, like, no one ever really talks about it. And, like, they just kind of let it happen. But with Sailor Moon, they're like,
just so blatant.
Oh,
like, hey, don't destroy those planes.
So expensive. You'll never be able to pay it off.
Not with your allowance.
No, you're right. Oh, man. Like... I don't know, she said it and I was like, really, Luna? Like, when you're someone that's always like, gotta do anything you can to save the world, but don't do that. Don't
destroy planes.
That's destroy
like rule
property.
number 2.
And then they straight up killed my man.
They did.
I was like, whoa, They went there. I thought he would get another shot.
Got hit by a plane, then put in a block of ice and sent to hell.
Yeah. I wonder if he'll ever come back. Because, like, he's eternally sleeping, but that doesn't mean he's dead. Like, they put him away somewhere.
He'll be back. I'm gonna bet he'll be back.
I think he'll be back. I'm counting our days till we see Jadeite again. I miss him a little bit.
Especially considering the next episode. Like, which is a new enemy appears, Nephrite's evil crest.
But wow, that haircut. Whose haircut? Because it's definitely not what's-his-face, because he has long, luxurious hair. There was a mullet somewhere. I know there was a mullet somewhere. I don't like
Nephrite.
No, I don't either. Like, I miss Jadeite. You know who I do like, though? That Zocyte person.
Yes.
Super into it.
Bring him back.
Yeah, like, I hope that person comes and, like, disturbs, like, what this Nephrite person is doing.
Well, Nephrite will fail a couple times, and Beryl will be like, alright, eternal sleep for you, go hang out with Jadeite, and we'll get this kid.
I hope so, because I like him. But Nephrite brings a whole freaking forest with him. Like, how extra are you?
Yeah.
Like, he was like, a house isn't good enough. Like, I can't just buy a condo in the city. I'm gonna bring a whole forest.
Gotta be super classy about this.
And then, like, when he gets to the tennis match, they're like, no chill, just, like, jumping over the fence. Like, dude, calm down. People already think you're weird. So, like...
Right?
And then just disappears, like, during the whole thing. Okay.
Bye.
What a weirdo. Like, at least, like, Jadeite blended in.
There's Naru is a childhood friend with the tennis player.
Mm.
But for some reason, the localization of the word cis is really weird. Like, we don't do that in English.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something that doesn't translate well.
No, because I mean, I'm assuming they were replacing, like, Nei-chan or
yeah, like
whatever.
Nei-chan, yeah. And, like, that's the thing, is that, like, I feel like in any kind of, like Korean and Japanese and, like, those kind of familiar words are just to, like, explain a close relationship. Right? Like Nuna and stuff like that, and Nei-chan and Ni-chan. They're not, it doesn't translate well, because no one that isn't, like, a relative, you don't really call someone like that.
Yeah, the only situation I could see it working is, like, look at this grandpa over here. But, yeah, I never go up to say it to somebody.
It's like it's like disrespectful. It's like not in a
super.
Yeah, like it's not like in a respectful way. So yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I accepted it because I understood the, like, relationship that they probably had.
Yeah,
like not even like best friends, but just like a family friend. Yeah.
I just think so. They could have done it for, like, an establishing thing, like, especially when Usagi was confused about, oh, you have a sister. But then maybe after that switched it back to using her given name?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
weird.
Yeah. The continuation of it to, like, call her sis all the time. But the little montage between them was super sweet.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
And, like, I have to give Nephrite a bit of a pat on the back, because his ways are a little more clever than Jadeite's, I feel.
Yeah.
Where they're not as overt, so, like, people tend not to... They're not affecting a lot of people, they're just, like, affecting one person, and it tends to go a little more unnoticed.
Yeah. And plus, he's taking a real gamble over just this one person. And getting all the energy he needs for the great ruler, whoever that is.
But I mean, like, once it gets down to it, it gets, like, downright extra, because then they turn Usagi into a giant tennis ball.
Yes. When, like, they reach their peak energy, that animation where it turns red and it's really sketchy. That is some choice animation. It's so good. Comparing to Tuxedo Mask not moving his mouth.
Not moving his mouth at all. I mean, like, that's what you get with Toei. Sometimes you get a really good artist on a story that's important, and then sometimes you get nothing. Like Tuxedo Mask not speaking. There was a serves you right pun that was absolutely genius.
There were so many tennis puns.
The serves you right pun just, like, stuck it to me, though. Like, I was like, yes, I love this.
But for an episode that I didn't even know was going to be about tennis, from the title, mentions nothing about tennis.
I didn't even notice. I forget what the title is for this.
A new enemy appears, Nephrite's evil crest.
We meet Nephrite. That's what happened.
It's true. Oh wait, the subtitle is Match Point for Sailor Moon. Never mind.
Totally tells us about tennis.
Tuxedo Mask fought a thing. He didn't just leave.
I said, my dude Tuxedo Mask, he's got tricks. And then something happens to him in this episode.
Yeah.
And
so
I was like, is this why he bails out all the time?
Right.
Like, does he have
only be there for a limited time?
Yeah, like, does he have a limit on his powers? Is he like Cinderella?
Ooh. Aw, I would be way more endeared to Tuxedo Mask if he was Cinderella.
I don't know, he comes from a rich family.
And he leaves something at the end, a rose.
He's like, that's what I mean, like, there's some secrets he's got that I'm intrigued by, that I want to know
Finally.
about. I know! So, like, what is up? Do you have any theories? Other than this, like, limited power.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe, I don't know.
'Cause, like, does he even have power?
Maybe, so since Luna is looking for the Moon Princess, maybe he's like the Moon Knight. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Like a knight to protect the princess.
Ooh.
There, I'm gonna guess that.
You're gonna guess that? I'm gonna say he has limited powers. But I'm not even convinced he has any powers, so I don't know about that.
Well, his roses can fuck up shit pretty good.
Can they, though? Like, are they just like...
Well, they broke that clock one time.
Sure.
And...
Yeah.
I take it back.
I don't know. Well, I guess we're gonna find out, though.
But not in the next episode.
No. Here's the thing. I really liked episode 15.
Yes.
Am I alone on this?
No! The first thing that I was surprised about was, I thought Usagi knew Mamoru's name. Like, was Mamoru's name ever mentioned?
Not to her, I don't think. Okay. I think to us, yes. To her, no. Which seems weird, but...
That. Yeah.
But maybe we just knew Mamo's name this whole time.
Yeah.
I think there's, like, in the opening sequence, too, she talks about, like, how, like, much older boys shouldn't date younger girls, or whatever, and I'm just like, what? Like, you like 2 older men. Right.
Motoki and Tuxedo Mask.
And I straight up thought that, like, Nephrite would date someone in this episode. Like, I thought that that's what was coming.
Nope. Environmentalism.
There was a point in it where I thought Usagi said she went to cram school, and I was like, what? But I realized it was Ami, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
And then there was, like, a really bad scream. I don't know who was voice acting that, but it was...
I don't know. Like, do another take, please.
Yeah, like, I don't know why they chose that one. It was not good.
How many times did they show that one, front hoe digging up the same trees?
You know, for effect.
Good old Toei.
So proud. I don't expect more, so...
No.
Like, I'm used to this. This is what I've been given.
You poor unfortunate soul.
But, like, every once in a while, there's, you know, some quality. When it matters.
It matters when it's pretty cure.
Other
than that...
That's where all the money's going. I feel weird that there's not more money in Sailor Moon and One Piece, though.
Well, I mean, this had to be one of their first shows.
Yeah. And same with One Piece. But I feel like with One Piece at this point, they're like, we're putting out so much that, like, be happy this is what you're getting at all.
Yeah. They try when it's a movie.
Well, yeah.
We're a little off track.
We are. So Mamo, this is a look.
Yes.
He looked great. So good.
I can understand why Rei is like, I need to date him.
That boy, look at those, that was rolled up sleeves, so stylish. It was like, that's such a, like, 80s look.
It is. But it looks so good on him.
Well, like, poor Luna. Like, what, this poor, like, Usagi, like, literally was like, don't touch her! And then, like, yanked her away.
Just dangling her, and he was like, please stop.
This poor cat. Save it. I think the most exciting thing about this episode, though, is that you find out that Motoki and Mamo are friends.
Yes!
Like, they know.
They go to the same school.
Yes! And they're, like, pretty familiar with each other to the point where they're like, hey, man, hey, dude, what's up? I like that a lot.
I want to know what they study.
Ooh. I wonder if it's ever revealed. What do you think Motoki studies?
Motoki. Botany.
Botany?
Yeah. Just, like, taking care of plants and stuff.
He seems like a nice boy. That seems like something he would do.
Mamo is undecided.
Mamo changes his major every year.
Yes. He's like, alright, what can I try this time?
What am I feeling this semester? There's a point where Motoki got really humble, and he's even cuter when he's humble. Like,
yes.
Like, he was very cute, because you know he's a good person. And then, like, he shows you he's a good person unintentionally, and you're just like, oh, Motoki.
I like that he's a little clueless with Rei. Like, you know what Rei's after, but Motoki's like, alright, yeah, this?
Yeah. What do you want? She's so determined. Like, I love it. I love her...
yeah.
Her scenario, like, blushing Mamo is, like, what I signed up for, actually. Like, I was watching it, and I was like, oh, this is happening. I was like, oh, he's so cute. And then I realized it was, like, all a scenario in her head, and I was like, oh.
Dang it.
That wasn't real life. But I didn't...
It's really one of those expectations versus reality situations.
Here's the thing, I didn't hate the reality of it, though.
No.
I was like, him stepping on her head, and I was like, oh, he's actually not a bad guy. And then I was like, oh, wow, I spoke too soon. Because he's like, oh, you're fine? Okay, bye.
But then her just committing, be like, nope, I'm gonna ask you for coffee, and we're gonna go, and it's gonna be good.
I love it. I love that she's like, no, let me bring you out for coffee, or whatever. She's like, yeah, it'll be fun. He's like, yay.
Alright. Creepy girl.
I was like, why is he the worst, though? Like, his yay is so mean. It's literally Usagi, though, being like, he needs to find someone his own age. Like, you're super in love with Matoki. So,
yeah,
like...
Same thing.
Like, why is it okay for Matoki to, like, possibly be into a 14-year-old, but not Mamo? I mean, like...
And she was crushing on Jadeite several times during different episodes.
And you know he's, like, 700 years old.
Yes.
But, like...
Has to be.
For me, like, I'm saying it out loud, and, like, here I am. I'm like, wow, they're both weird. But, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, why were they made so much older than they were?
Yeah, why was...
I don't know. I wrote, Luna has a clear favorite, but same. Like, I too love Ami as much as Luna loves Ami.
Luna has good tastes.
Yeah. Like, why aren't boys running after Ami?
I don't know. Because she's like, I just want to study because I'm 14 and I got time later.
I ain't got time for any of that other stuff.
And I felt a little bad for Umino. Just a smidge. Just a little.
I didn't. Like, I literally have to... No, Umino, go away.
Well, it only lasted for a second.
Yeah. I'm glad. But, like, it was so nice to see Mamo without Usagi, where he wasn't just, like, hurling insults all the time. Like, it was finally nice to, like, see him be a person.
Right. It was just really weird, this date subplot versus the environmentalism one. Why did this have to be one episode?
Yeah, like, that they didn't tie into each other at all, except for the fact that they, like, went on a date to the place.
To the park.
Yeah. He loves nature. Like,
he will die for those trees.
Wow. Like, literally. So, like, the quote that I have is, with your deaths. Like, okay.
Like, whoa.
Chill, my dude.
I was just strolling on the sidewalk in the park.
Yeah.
Chill.
No. And, like, these are, like, 3 people who genuinely care about the park, so, like...
Right. Nah.
No?
Doesn't matter. Mm-mm.
And then, so we get their transformations, and these things happen, and then something happens to Mamo in the boat.
Yeah.
And so is it the same as what was happening with him on the tennis court? Or does he have kind of like a Parker sense? Like a Spidey sense?
So I almost this is the point where I'm like, well, maybe he doesn't know
that he is
Tuxedo Mask.
Like, maybe it just happens?
Yeah. Because at the end, Rei asks, like, oh, are you Tuxedo Mask? And the way he responds, like, clearly he's like, what are you talking about? Because he could have played it off, like, if he knew, was like, oh, no, you're an idiot or whatever. But he like how he didn't know.
How it was directed. Like...
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know if it was directed in a way where the director, like, told the actor to be like, make it obvious that you are, but you're saying that you're not, kind of thing, versus make it subtle in that, like, you don't know, kind of thing. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Totally. But I, like, this episode has even, like, furthered that, like, I'm really starting to like Mamo.
Yes.
And I didn't think that I would at all care about him.
No. I mean, it was also nice that you saw, like, different aspects of him, because, I mean, he saved Luna.
Yeah.
And
like
he humored Rei.
I wrote that I like him without Usagi.
Yes.
Like, it's...
Very much so.
Because we get all these kind of, like, better aspects about him. And I mean, like, even with Usagi, there was, like, those few instances where you could see where he was like, oh no, maybe I went too far. It was like, hey, is everything cool? But, like, you just get him with her all the time, so she continues that, like, no, I'm offended. But yeah.
Which is so confusing, because, I mean, those two are endgame. How?
Eventually, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
And then I love that the two girls do the whole spiel, like, without Usagi, and I wrote, Usagi who?
Usagi.
And she was like, that's my line!
I'm supposed to do that.
Then get on it, girl. Get on it.
That was so I think happened in the last episode, too. They changed Usagi's little monologue at the beginning.
Yeah, I really like
Rei
that it includes
Ami.
them. And I like that it's finally different. Like, I'm not just hearing, like, oh, I'm a bit of a klutz, like, every time we watch the episode. So it's nice to have them. We know. We see. I like Umino coming out at the end of this episode and be like, oh, like, are we going to continue our date? And everyone kind of, like, poking fun at Usagi about it.
Oh, no, please, it's not true.
It's not true. Like, then I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's quickly over.
And then quickly over.
Oh, yeah, it's Umino. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares about Umino? Someone tell me that, like, he gets better. Leave it in the comments. Does Umino get better? Should I...
Also, leave in the comments, is Umino your favorite character? If so, why?
Umino, best boy? Please don't comment if Umino is best boy.
I want to see an Umino eat a bag.
Ooh, we should make an Umino eat a bag and then, like...
Or not.
Raffle it
let's
off.
make a good one.
I think if we ever do a giveaway, it's going to be an Umino eat a bag.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Could it just be a trash bag with Umino things in it?
Yes. Or, like, a trash bag and, like... As if, you know, like when you're like a bank robber and you have like a really generic bag with like a money sign on it, it'll just be a trash bag with Umino's face on it.
Oh my gosh. We need this in our lives.
Yeah, so merch 2018. Look for it.
Get hyped.
Get on that. I think that what the direction that we're taking in typical us fashion is Mamo becoming our favorite character?
Yeah, can he be Sailor Moon? Like, I remember the first episode, I was like, can Dad be Sailor Moon? No. Can Mamo be Sailor Moon?
I don't know when it happened, where the shift happened.
Yeah.
I wish Matoki had, like, a bigger role. I feel like something bad is gonna happen with Matoki. Like, Matoki is too, like, Matoki is the Mako of days past, and like
Grayson, you have to be careful. If you start talking about free, it's just gonna go.
Well, like, this is what I mean. Like, there's perfect, and then there's perfect, you know. So like, Matoki is like bordering on that like perfectness. I think what's like stopping him from being like that kind of perfectness is that he might have a crush on Usagi. Like, it's not confirmed yet. So,
yeah, but he keeps saying things like, I like girls who, and I like girls who, and it all kind of applies to Usagi. And, you're in college.
But what I'm kind of hoping is that Matoki is also someone who sees Usagi as someone who is, like, a younger girl, and he doesn't want her to, like, end up...
Right, so, like, little sister.
No, well, yeah, and, like, I don't want to go as far as saying little sister, but I want to say he, like a protective nature more.
Okay.
Like, more of an encouraging, like, no, you're good enough kind of thing. But then there's always, it comes into question that if he does like Usagi, what's wrong with him? And I don't mean it because it's Usagi. I mean, like, why can't he find a girl in college? Like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah. Why can't he find a girl at an appropriate age?
Yeah. But same with Mamo, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Mamo's he seems pretty reluctant.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's like, I'm gonna go on a date with this girl who's super into me. When it comes to Rei, he's like, sure, yeah, hey, let's go get coffee. And he's never, like, I feel like he's never inappropriate at any time when they're talking.
No, he's like, can this be over, please?
So, I don't know. We'll see how these progress. It's so weird that I'm, like, talking seriously about, like, relationship things that are happening in the television show I'm watching, because generally...
Well, I mean, it also helps that Sailor Moon has geared itself to be perceived that way.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to care about.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely, like, a strong, like, I want a boyfriend and I want this and relationships are cool and which again is fine, but that's probably why I always find myself in like a shonen series. That like, and then I get angry at them when they're like, so and so got married, and I'm like why?
Cough, cough, Naruto, cough.
Right? I'm not saying that like Sakura should have ended up with Rock Lee, but like
Sakura should have ended up with Rock Lee.
And is that what we end the podcast on that happy thought?
Yes.
That Rock Lee was best boy in Naruto?
Like, comment, subscribe, and Rock Lee should have married Sakura.
Thanks, guys. Leave it in the comments. Rock Lee, best boy.
How confusing. Like, oh, this is a podcast about Sailor Moon? Why does everybody say Rock Lee is best boy?
Because, like, Rock Lee is best boy. Leave it in the comments. Yes. All right, guys. Before we get off track and I go on a tangent about how Naruto should have ended, let's end it here. Bye, guys.
See ya.